and welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today I am going to be doing a review for a foundation that's been out for a while. It is the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. That's what the box looks like. And Urban Decay has been one of my favorite brands for a very, very long time. I've used their eyeshadows for a long time. I've used the All Nighter setting spray. I used their concealer. So I love Urban Decay products. So when they said that they were coming out with a full coverage long wearing foundation, I had to get my hands on it and see for myself. So I was in Sephora the other day and I picked this up. So as you can see, the box is standard box. I like the color combination of this box. Also, the inside, what's inside is this little guy. This is a beautiful, gorgeous bottle. I like how the bottle's designed. It's very chic. It's very pretty, the way that this bottle is designed. Now, it also comes with a pump, which we all love. Pumps make this application so much more easier. So it says here that it is a full coverage, long wearing, matte finish, waterproof, oil-free foundation. The ultimate foundation for a flawless looking complexion. This formula, waterproof formula, provides complete coverage that lasts all day or all night with a modern matte finish that never looks overdone. They come in 24 shades. I believe Urban Decay added a few more shades, newer shades, but altogether it is 24. So it has a wide range of color selections for people with different ethnicities and different complexions and undertones, which is great considering that it's harder to find. I always find that it's harder for someone like an olive skin tone like myself with maybe a little bit of yellow to find the perfect shade, because I always end up getting two foundations all the time to match my skin. The other thing is, what I want to talk about at this foundation is basically the coverage. It is a full coverage foundation. I'm going to swatch for you guys on the back of my hand. And as you can see, it is very pigmented. It's very full coverage. It does look a little bit lighter on my hand than based on my skin tone, but that's because this foundation tends to oxidize. I was in Sephora, and when I was color matching, I tend to match to my neck, so I picked up the 7.75 is what I got, and I swatched it on my neck and it seemed light at the time, so I picked the shade after that, which is 8.0 I believe, and I swatched that on my neck as well. So 8.0 right off the bat matched my neck, and it was great. But after about 15 minutes of walking around in Sephora, I noticed that the 8.0 went orange, whereas the 7.75 just tend to blend into my neck. So that's why I picked it up. So if you guys are looking to get this foundation, I would suggest do a patch testing on your neck, or maybe take a couple of samples home and try it out, because it does tend to oxidize as you're wearing it throughout the day. With that being said, the consistency of this product reminds me a lot of the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo, because it is thicker. It is not as thick as the Lock-It Tattoo, but it is a little bit more thicker. So it's in between the NARS All Day Luminous and the Kat Von D, but leaning more towards the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo. With that being said, coverage is great for this foundation. I would say if you are going to be doing an event all day long, whether it may be a party or a corporate event or even a bride, this foundation is definitely full coverage, and it's going to last you all day. Now we're going to be testing that, because I'm going to be doing a application and an all-day review. So I don't want to waste any more time. I just want to get right into the review and tell you what I think, so you guys can see for yourself how this applies. Alright guys, I've already just I've done my eyes, and I'm just gonna put on the foundation for you guys. I wanted to put this foundation without any primer on, because I want to see how this actually wears without any primer, and without any setting powder. So I'm not going to be putting that on either. So let's get started. I'm going to be using my beauty blender to apply this. So I'm just gonna pump it right onto the Beauty Blender. Just one pump. And just take this to my face. Stipple it and keep going. The consistency is, this is a little bit thicker than what I normally would wear, but it is covering up my pimples, my breakouts quite nicely. Now, as I mentioned before, this color is light on me, but it is going to oxidize. So it is going to match my neck eventually in an hour or so. I'm just going to take that right on in neck. Don't forget to take it down your jawline as well. Blends right in. Okay, so this is a pretty thick coverage. I'm looking myself in the mirror and I'm going, holy crap, this is a lot of makeup. And even my dark circles, it's managed to cover up quite nicely. So normally this is what I would normally do. This is one pump and it has actually covered my entire face. It's covered a blemish that I had here and also on this side, although I can kind of see it. But I also did use a Beauty Blender, and Beauty Blender tends to pick up a lot more product. Okay, so based on this, it's pretty good. It's covered my entire face. You don't need a lot of this foundation, and it is a thicker consistency. So I'm gonna basically finish the rest of my makeup and come back and give you my thoughts. Alright guys, so I've done my full face, and I'm gonna be heading out just to do some errands. I said I wasn't gonna apply powder, but I actually applied some concealer under my eyes, and that's where I only put the powder, but everywhere else I have just left the foundation as is. Also, I didn't set this foundation with any setting spray or anything like that because I really want to see, like I said before, how this would wear throughout the day. Normally when I wear foundation, I usually put it on for maybe about 9 hours, at the most 12 hours if I've had a really long day. But today I'm going to be wearing this for I think about 9 hours or so. It is it's 2:04 in the afternoon today, and I'm gonna check back in with you guys maybe around 11ish. That gives it about 9 hours or so, maybe even 12. If I can check back in through the middle of the day as I'm running my errands, I will, but if not, then I'll just do it at the end of the day. But I will give you an update as to what I think about this foundation. So far it is pretty good. I'm not seeing any sort of creasing or anything like that, but it's only been about 20 minutes or so. So we'll check back in with you guys at the end of the day. Hello and welcome back everyone. I'm back to give you my final thoughts on this product. The time is now 11 o'clock. On the dot, 11 o'clock. So, and I've had this foundation on for about 9 hours now. Exactly 9 hours actually. So what do I think about this product? I think I actually really do like it. I have, like I mentioned before, combination skin, so I noticed that throughout the day my T-zone was getting oily, but I just took some blotting papers and I blotted the oil off and it was fine. There was no transfer. I will say, however, that throughout the day as the foundation wore, I tended to like it better because it was mixing in with the natural oils of my skin, and it just seemed more skin-like at the end of the day. After a couple of hours actually, I mentioned before that this foundation does oxidize, so I went for a shade lighter, and so it matches my skin perfectly. After an hour or so it'll start to oxidize, so when you guys are getting your shade tested, just be mindful of that. Also, if you're someone that has dry skin, then this foundation I would recommend, because you're not going to get patchy or blotchy or anything like that. It goes on smooth and it stays that way. So for someone with dry skin to combination or normal to dry skin, this foundation's great. If you have oily skin, however, you may have to set this with a powder and a setting spray. I didn't use any primer, I didn't use a powder on top, and I didn't use any setting spray, so I can understand why the longevity of the foundation, sort of after a little while it started fading, but it's still there on my face. Even after 9 hours I can see that there is still quite a bit of coverage, just not as much full coverage as when I put it on, and this was only one pump that I put on. So if you layer the product, it's definitely buildable for a fuller coverage if that's what you guys are going for. So with that being said, I think Urban Decay definitely did a great job on this product. I've loved any of their other products, and this is definitely going to be something that I reach for on a regular at this point. I really do like it. So that's basically it. Also, if you really liked what I did today in terms of the review, like the all-day review or any reviews that you'd like to see, if you want me to do more of these, then let me know as well in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to keep that in mind for next time. So have yourself a great week, guys. I will see you next time on my channel. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.